All right, welcome back. It's your teacher that the course, and we'll be continuing from our last video talking about gasification of coke. That is, how can you turn coke into gaseous fuel? There are two ways we can do that. We can heat coke with steam. Steam is water, H2O in the vapor state. That will give us water gas, or we can heat coke with air. That will give us producer gas. Now, producer gas is a mixture of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. It's produced by passing air over a red hot coke. See the equation. This is air, oxygen and nitrogen. Those are the major components of air. So by passing it over a red hot coke, that carbon is coke, it will give you mixture of nitrogen and carbon dioxide, which is called producer gas. So that's how you prepare producer gas. Producer gas has low heating power because not all the mixture can burn. See, nitrogen has a greater percentage there, and nitrogen is not a combustible element. So only carbon monoxide is combustible in that producer gas. That's why the heating power is very low. The heating power is very low. So that's producer gas. Now let's move to water gas, or the use of producer gas. Producer gas is majorly used as fuel in furnaces, and it's also used as source of nitrogen for the manufacture of ammonia. Let's see water gas. Water gas, unlike producer gas, is a mixture of carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Now, carbon dioxide is a combustible gas, it can burn. Then hydrogen gas can also burn. And if you take note, is equal volume of carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Water gas is prepared by passing steam over a red hot coke at 1200 degrees Celsius. This is steam. Water in the gaseous form is steam being passed over coke. So it's going to give us carbon dioxide and nitrogen. You call this one the water gas. Mixture of carbon dioxide and nitrogen is called water gas. Water gas. What are the uses of water gas? What do we use water gas to do? Water gas is majorly used as industrial fuel because it can burn very well. All the components of water gas can burn. But we cannot use water gas as a producer gas. Like a producer gas, we cannot use water gas at home for cooking food because of the very high percentage of carbon dioxide that is present. It's very poisonous. That gas is very poisonous. So that's why we cannot use water gas at home to cook. Now, why is water gas a better fuel than producer gas? Why is water gas better fuel than producer gas? I told you earlier on that water gas, all the components of water gas can burn. Both CO and nitrogen and hydrogen are combustible. So that's why water gas is a very, very good fuel, better fuel. It produces very high energy. But producer gas, on the other hand, contains nitrogen in large percentage, and this nitrogen cannot burn. It doesn't support combustion. So that's why water gas is a better fuel than producer gas. Look at producer plant. This plant is what is used for producing water gas and producer gas at the same time. You call it a producer plant. It has four sections here, 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 and here. Depending on what you want to produce, if you close this valve of steam, the water gas will not be produced, because only producer gas will produce, because air will enter, and when air meets coke, producer gas will be formed. So if you want to form producer gas, you will close the valve for steam, you open the one for air, then the air will react with the coke, and then you form a producer gas. On the other hand, if you want to produce water gas, you close the valve of air, then you allow steam to enter. As steam enters, it will react with coke, then water gas will be formed. Water gas will be formed. Now, in a producer plant, we normally produce producer gas first before we start producing water gas. That is, first of all, allow this air inlet to open before you start producing the water gas by opening the steam inlet. The reason is because making water gas requires a very high amount of energy. The reaction is endothermic, whereas in making producer gas, the reaction is exothermic, that is, heat is produced. So we now use sense that, okay, if making water gas requires energy, whereas making producer gas actually produces energy, then the energy that is produced by producer gas can be used to serve as the one that is needed by water gas to be formed. So that is why, first and foremost, you produce water gas, producer gas rather, then the heat that is liberated during that reaction will be used to kickstart the production of water gas. So that is how the producer plant works, and we are going to be ending our video here. God bless you. We'll meet in our